Hello class, today we will be going over the dividing out technique by yours truly, the teacher. So previously you should have learned what limits are, these are limits, and you know how to solve them using the direct substitution technique. Now a quick overview of that, we basically take the variable and we substitute it with the approaching limit. So as we can see in this example, if we substitute with -3 into x, we get a denominator with 0. And this is called an indeterminate form. Indeterminate because you cannot determine what the limit is from this form, of course. So by using the indeterminate form, we can actually solve this instead of using the direct substitution. I will be using this same solution, same example to solve using the dividing out technique. So as we can see here, what we can do from this initial equation of x squared plus x minus 6 over x plus 3 is we can factor the numerator. So here we have it factor out to x minus 2 times x plus 3. So as you can see here, we have a similar term in the numerator and the denominator, and we can cancel these out, of course. So now we're left with x minus 2. So limit x approaches as limit of x approaches -3, and the equation is x minus 2. So down here we can see -3 minus 2 equals -5, and that is the solution. Thank you very much, class.
Hello, Mr. A. Today I'm going to teach you how to ride a longboard. First things first, equipment. So usually you'd be wearing a pretty nice helmet. I wouldn't recommend a bicycle helmet because they don't cover the back of your head as well. I'm not wearing a helmet today just because I've done this plenty of times before and I'm very experienced with it. But if you're starting out, you should definitely wear a helmet. You could also use a longboard too. So you can buy one off Amazon for pretty cheap, or what I recommend doing is finding a friend and having them loan it to you. Another piece of equipment that I recommend are some flat bottom shoes like Vans or Converse. You can use sneakers as well, but they're less, they're not as good for skateboarding or longboarding because they're not flat on the bottom. All right, second thing, so we need to figure out which foot you're gonna be using on your longboard in the front. So generally a good way to figure this out is to have someone push you, and whichever foot you use to catch yourself is the one you use on the front of your board. Or alternatively, the first foot you usually use when going upstairs should be the one you should be using on the front of your board. Now I use my left foot going upstairs. This means that I ride regular, which is left foot forward. Goofy is right foot forward. Alrighty, so the best way to learn how to ride a skateboard or longboard when you're just starting out is to find a very shallow hill. This hill is a little steep for most beginners, but it's also a very shallow hill. And at the end of the hill, you want a little bit of a turn or a little bit of an uphill so that you can stop slowly. Here, I'm going to demonstrate that real quickly. So as you can see, we're not going too fast, and it's a lot easier to learn how to, get used to the speed of a longboard and not be too scared of riding on a longboard at a decent speed, right? And up here, you can see I have a little bit of a place where I can turn into, and I can go up. This is uphill so that I don't roll all the way down. And so I have a safe way to slow down and be controlled. All right, next up, and the last thing for our very basic video of learning how to longboard is turning. So in general, it's very easy to turn. All you need to do is lean one way or another. So as you can see here, I'm putting pressure on the heel and the wheels are turning towards me. This is how you turn to the right for if you're a regular. And if you lean on your toes, you turn toe side, which is to the left. Here I'm going to demonstrate that. So as you can see, I am turning, and I do this by leaning one way or another. All right, thank you. thank you very much, Mr. A, for giving me this extra credit opportunity, and thank you very much for teaching me throughout the whole entire year, even though I haven't been exactly the best student. But I do hope that you have a wonderful summer, and I hope to see you again next year. Thank you.